Good evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Rambly.
I'm Ryan Bechu.
I am Jassim Maruk with sport.
And I'm Jean-Marc Ramprasad with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight.
We are speculating and driving there. Some just determined with fear-mongering and hysteria. Please be calm. My name is Kamala. Be calm.
Amid speculation and anxiety over potential war, the Prime Minister tells citizens there's no need to panic.
Nutrien moves to shut down local operations amid ongoing dispute over port fees.
Law Association questions CJ's appointment process, but the Prime Minister hits back, calling them eater food filth.
Coming up in sport,
Bangladesh was better than us in all three disciplines.
Sami concedes to being outplayed as Bangladesh wins Game 3 and the ODI series.
Dry conditions today, but showers are in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll have the details in tonight's weather report.
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is urging citizens to remain calm as fears grow over rising military tensions between the United States and Venezuela.
Her appeal comes amid reports that Venezuela has acquired 5,000 Russian-made IGLAS missiles, sparking fresh concerns about across the Caribbean. Its president, Nicolas Maduro, confirmed the acquisition during a televised military parade, saying the surface-to-air systems were deployed in key air defense zones to counter U.S. presence in the region. The weapons, capable of targeting drones and low-flying aircraft, have drawn global attention, especially as Washington expands operations in the Caribbean Sea. Persad-Bissessar says some people are creating hysteria and there is no credible threat of war, and the public should not fall prey to speculation and fear.
Hysteria, fear-mongering. I assure you to be calm. If and when we know more, we will let you know. We'll keep you informed of what is happening. I have no information of a war. I have no information of missiles landing in Venezuela. Again, we are speculating and driving there. Some just determined with fear-mongering and hysteria. Please be calm. My name is Kamala. Be calm.
As tensions intensify, Trinidad and Tobago finds itself caught in the diplomatic crossfire. Venezuela's Vice President Delcy Rodriguez recently accused Persad-Bissessar of, quote, leading Trinidad and Tobago off a cliff, a pointed reference to her government's handling of the Dragon gas deal with U.S. support. But Persad-Bissessar is avoiding confrontation, saying she will not trade political bobs.
I have no comments. I have no official communication from Madam Delcy or from the Venezuelan government. And I will not comment on something that I have no official communication about. It's a hearsay. They said I will not engage in a tit for tat. I'm doing the best I can. I was elected by the electorate. We are all doing the best we can to uplift Trinidad and Tobago, and I'll continue so do. So no tit for tat on this matter.
Rodriguez made her remarks at the Venezuela Productiva Economic Forum that happened earlier this week.
Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump says there'll be no formal declaration of war against Venezuela. Earlier today, Trump confirmed that his administration intends to brief Congress regarding operations against drug cartels associated with Venezuela.
I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country.
The aunt of one of the TNT nationals killed in a U.S. attack is pleading with President Donald Trump to stop what she calls the killing of innocent people. Lynette Burnley made the appeal after a memorial service held for Chad Joseph yesterday at the St. Michael's Roman Catholic Church in Las Cuevas Village. With a small group of residents, relatives and friends in attendance, Joseph's life was remembered. During the ceremony, Father Kenneth Assing offered words of comfort, reminding the family that only God can help them bear the weight of their loss. While Burnley found solace in his message, she says no family should have to endure pain due to U.S. actions.
Because he wouldn't like that to happen to his family. I sure he wouldn't like that to happen to his family. So you need to stop it. That's all I have to tell you. Stop it.
CNC3 News reached out to Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara on if any investigation is ongoing regarding Joseph's death. However, up to news time, there was no response. Burnley says the family has received no official word from the state about Chad Joseph's death. She added that the lack of communication has deepened their trauma, and she's struggling to accept that her nephew was killed. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, warns that regime change in Venezuela could destabilize the entire region.
At a UE-MONA discussion on Tuesday, he called this country's position misguided, explaining that a U.S.-led move to forcibly remove Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro from office could essentially allow bad actors to move throughout the region, causing problems. But in Guyana, one analyst says while their government is moving in lockstep with CARICOM, privately, many welcome Trinidad and Tobago's stance.
Trinidad is a wealthy country. Trinidad and Trinidad has the possibility of taking a more independent stand.
Ralph Ramkaran is an attorney and a former Speaker of the National Assembly. He says Guyana faces a delicate situation as tensions escalate along its disputed border with Venezuela. With military hostilities ramping up in recent months, Ramkaran warns that Guyana cannot afford to provoke the Venezuelan administration.
Many people in Guyana believe that Venezuela is preparing for a military intervention. And therefore, Guyana does not want to do or say anything that will provoke such activity.
Political psychologist at UE Jamaica, Dr. Christopher Charles, argues, as Prime Minister of a small island, Kamla Persad-Bissessar is most likely acting on the instructions of the United States and must therefore toe their line or face repercussions.
A major blow to TNT's energy sector. Despite NGC's claims that the impasse had been resolved, fertilizer giant Nutrien is moving ahead with a controlled shutdown of its operations, and this move could leave as many as 600 workers out of a job.
While the Canadian company has regained access to the port, it says crippling economic conditions and rising fees are still choking its operations. But the National Energy Corporation is pushing back, rejecting any blame and accusing Nutrien of staging a publicity stunt to gain leverage at the negotiating table.
Here's more from Angela Perez-Sobas.
Nutrien Limited says it remains committed to constructive engagement with stakeholders, but has not reached a solution that would allow it to restart operations under viable economic conditions. On Wednesday, the National Gas Company said both parties reached an interim agreement granting Nutrien unrestricted access to port facilities until December 31st, a temporary but vital reprieve. But the National Energy Corporation, in a statement on Thursday, says Nutrien had been paying peppercorn legacy rates for nearly 2 decades, a situation that cost the country over $500 million in lost revenue. National Energy indicates it offered Nutrien continued access to the port at the same rates until December 31st to allow time for a new agreement. The corporation insists the shutdown was Nutrien's own decision, not the result of any action by National Energy or the National Gas Company. Meanwhile, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says discussions with Nutrien are ongoing as the government works to regularize port arrangements and minimize any fallout from the closure. But former Energy Minister Stuart Young says the impasse between National Energy and Nutrien is already having ripple effects, warning of a looming CO2 shortage affecting manufacturers and other users across the country and the region.
Every irresponsible decision by the government will negatively affect us. Global boardrooms looking at management. Operations at Point Lisas will now factor in a unilateral increase in electricity rates and an aggressive, possibly illegal demand for retroactive port fees, driving Trinidad and Tobago into uncompetitiveness. The mismanagement of relationships in the energy sector that we're seeing before us is leading to fallout and the potential of long-term plant closure.
Agricultural Society President Daryl Rampersad notes this shutdown will affect farmers for fertilizer.
All crops require nitrogen. And if it is that we have a shutdown on this, and we now have to import, what we're going to see is an increase.
Massey Gas Products has confirmed that due to the shutdown, it is temporarily unable to supply CO2-related products, including dry ice cylinders and ISO tanks, but is exploring all options to minimize the impact on customers. Andrea Perez-Sobas, CNC3 News.
Still to come, Port of Spain Mayor says city funds may run dry and warns of possible job cuts.
In light of deadly incidents, Energy Ministry moves to tighten LPG safety.
Coming up in sports, Nicholas Paul missed out on the men's keirin final at the World Championships in Chile. In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail.
Rigorous verification of facts.
Use of credible sources and sound editorial judgment.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more. Welcome back. The Prime Minister has brushed aside the Law Association's concern that the appointment of Justice Rani Budusing as Chief Justice was hastened and truncated.
But while the Law Association questioned the transparency of the process, residents in Faizabad, where the new Chief Justice grew up, are celebrating one of their own reaching the country's highest judicial office.
Radhika De Silva and Ivan Tulsi were in Pepper Village today, just outside his former primary school, for this report.
The Law Association has joined in congratulating Justice Rani Budusing on his appointment as Chief Justice, but says the process may have fallen short of the constitutional requirement for proper consultation between the President, the Prime Minister, and the opposition. But Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessa is lashing back, saying, quote, "I have no regard for anything the eater food filth in the hierarchy of the Law Association says," end quote. She further said that Iva Archie was sworn in as Chief Justice the day after Satnarayan Sharma retired from the post in 2008. In a letter to Acting President Wade Mark, dated October 22nd, the Prime Minister indicated she had no preference over who would be selected as Chief Justice. But in Faizabad, where the Chief Justice grew up, residents felt a sense of pride.
We're good. I work taxi here, and I feel proud there.
It's right here at the Pepper Village Government Primary School that Chief Justice Rani Budusing walked, played and studied, leaving as a top student. It's a proud reminder of his humble beginnings, his parents working in the Faizabad oil belt, and their son rising to one of the highest offices in the land. His former neighbors and friends expressed confidence in his abilities.
I like the position he holds, and I feel he was proud.
They also denied the process of selection was rushed.
Trinidadians love Bacchanal, right? But it's a decision they had to make as early as possible to keep the office active. So, who commenting that it was done too quickly probably didn't know how the Constitution works. Because how you could have someone in the judiciary, top-notch, and nobody, we left defenseless.
And they offered advice.
The worst a crime, they should start to hang them. Yeah, bring back the hangman.
You see the crime, the drugs and all these things, it starts from the top, and do something serious about them. When I say serious, lock up all of them. Put them away. Let them feel how readers feel it.
Head of the Criminal Bar Association Senior Counsel Israel Khan also praised Justice Budusing for his independence, merit and integrity. And Senior Counsel Larry Lala, who worked with Justice Budusing at the San Fernando High Court, described him as fair, straightforward and highly competent, saying he is confident Justice Budusing will serve the country with distinction. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
Now, in light of concerns about the rushed manner in which the new Chief Justice was sworn in, we asked if you are satisfied with how the appointment was handled.
And this is what you had to tell us.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
No, I'm not. Because they could have waited until the president was back then to make the decision.
Yes, I was very satisfied with it. Because everything sounded good so far.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. It was quick, but it's okay with me.
No, I'm not satisfied. If the opposition has said they didn't get time to review it or sit on it or meet on it, and they went ahead and appoint without a context.
No, it was rushed, and I find they should have consulted the opposition on these things, especially as it concerns the country and the seriousness of what's illegal, the laws, the bars and things. So, and different lawyers and judges should consult the opposition on this and get their opinion before they make any decision.
No, I feel it was a rushed process. They could have taken a little more time to organize themselves.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
The Energy Ministry says it is taking urgent action following recent deadly incidents involving LPG cylinders across Trinidad and Tobago. The ministry in a statement indicated that it has met with the Occupational Safety and Health Agency and the Fire Service and is working with other organizations to strengthen regulations and improve safety standards for LPG cylinders and equipment. The ministry also ordered a review and update of draft LPG regulations first prepared in 2020 and asked the Bureau of Standards to reconvene its committee to update national standards by early November. Talks are already underway with NP, Ramco and NatPet to tighten inspection and safety protocols along the LPG supply chain. With over 100,000 online applications already received, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says the response to the national recruitment drive shows how deeply citizens want jobs and security.
At the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva, Persad-Bissessar said the drive aims to provide real, long-term employment rather than short-term relief, even though some of these positions are contract employment. She said her government's goal is to create sustainable opportunities that allow citizens to own homes, build wealth and support their families. The Prime Minister added that closing CPEP and URP was part of that mission, describing them as programs that trapped people into dependency. She said despite pushback, she saw those programs as a form of slavery.
You could not go with a CPEP job to the bank and get a proper mortgage to buy a house, or get a proper mortgage to buy a car, or get a proper mortgage to send your child to university somewhere. You couldn't do it with CPEP and URP. That was just hand-to-mouth feeding. That's a kind of slavery. That's how I saw it, and I was very determined. I will not put people through that kind of slavery. And some members of my cabinet fought me.
During today's Standing Finance Committee, Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku and opposition MPs Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly and Stuart Young clashed over how the government intends to pay the newly hired personnel.
Dr. Gadsby-Dolly argued that the government's recruitment announcements had outpaced its fiscal provisions. However, Tanku insisted that the budget was structured to ensure flexibility and that ministries could request supplemental funding as needed.
And the Finance Minister has hit back at questions raised by opposition MP Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly regarding the adequacy of allocations to address vacancies in the health sector. During the SFC today, Gadsby-Dolly questioned whether the 2026 budget allocation for health would be sufficient to fill hundreds of long-standing vacancies across public health institutions. In response, Minister Devendranath Tanku accused the previous PNM administration of neglecting the issue during its decade in office. The Finance Minister said it would be improper to allocate funds for all 515 posts immediately, noting that the process of reviewing and prioritizing critical roles was already underway. Port of Spain Mayor Chinua Alain has warned that the city could run out of funds by February after major cuts to its 2026 budget.
Alain said the city will be forced to scale back garbage collection, sanitation, festival cleanup and public health programs, adding that about 100 short-term workers could lose their jobs. He criticized the Ministry of Local Government for cutting funds without consultation, calling the decision unjustifiable given Port of Spain's national role.
In the last financial year, we would have spent $20.9 million on garbage collection in general. But in this financial year, we've only been allocated $13.2 million. And it means that we do not have enough allocation to fund our regular scavenging, our regular garbage collection in the city of Port of Spain.
The City Council is now reviewing its finances and plans to appeal for restored funding during the parliamentary budget debate.
Alain urged MPs and citizens to demand the minimum required to keep the capital functioning.
A 62-year-old HIV-positive man received a 10-year prison sentence with hard labor after pleading guilty to 5 counts of incest involving his 18-year-old daughter. The offences occurred between May and June 2021 while the victim lived with him. Although the court imposed a total of 50 years, the terms will run concurrently. Singh initially considered a 14-year sentence but reduced it to 10 years, citing the man's remorse, guilty plea, and previously good character. She added 1 year due to his HIV status, though there was no evidence the victim was infected. The man will be listed on the Sexual Offenders Registry and must report to police for 10 years after his release. Singh described the crimes as a serious breach of trust, though not the most aggravated form of incest. Let's tell you what's still to come in the news tonight. Dreams deferred. Dinesh Gadraj now has to focus on getting his life-saving treatment for an aggressive form of cancer.
We had just a few showers over both islands today, 1 or 2 becoming heavy at times over Tobago and eastern areas of Trinidad. Conditions were also breezy at times, leading to a fallen tree and utility pole along the Queen's Park Savannah. I'll have the details on that and an update on Tropical Storm Melissa coming up just after the break.
Stress when your getaway car gets away? Have peace of mind with CG United Comprehensive Motor Insurance.
This mask is itchy. Does anyone have any lotion?
We can't protect you from scary clowns, but we can protect you from motor theft and damage. CG United. Good like that.
For those who try Omega XL and they say it didn't work, try it again.
Whatever I was using, this Omega is the best.
Remember, you deserve the best. Choose Omega XL, a supplement that I can assure you is committed to helping you live a long life and a strong life.
Live long, stay strong
with Omega XL.
Available nationwide. Visit your local pharmacy or health food store today.
Don't forget, we have Food Basket Superstore right here in Arima. Come see for yourself. From stationeries to household items and so much more. Right here at Food Basket Superstore in Arima.
I really love the variety. There's something for everyone here.
Ho, 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 ho. Start the season sweet with Jimmy Abood's annual Christmas and October sale. Get up to 60% off on curtains, sheet sets, floor mats, upholstery fabric, and more. Shop now at the last big sale of the year.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best market around, high quality meats pound for pound. Get the best for less, start shopping. Go to Southern Food Basket. Shopping how you like it. High quality at the best prices. Every aisle just wide and spacious. So spend less at Southern Food Basket. Good food at great prices for sure. Come get what you're looking for.
Make your home shine this Diwali with big savings at Jima Home Furnishers. Get an amazing 30% off on all furniture, including sofas, dining room sets, beds, and much, much more. Celebrate the season with Jima Home Furnishers' unbeatable value and transform your home with comfort and style today. Where everything is on sale this Diwali. Visit any of our 3 locations, El Dorado, Kelly Village, or Couva, or give us a call at 235-4925, or visit our website at jimahomefurnishers.com.
Growing your food business begins here at Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center. The turnaround is fast, from container to cold storage to pickup trucks. And when we deliver, product integrity is maintained with our highly respected vehicle-powered chilling systems. So come on down to Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center, where a whole new experience awaits.
The public is demanding it, so the laughter continues. Your Dolly Fowl to Watch Corn is now at Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only. Saturday, October 25th at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday, October 26th at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the play that some say is the funniest of all time. Tickets available now online and at the usual outlets. And from Monday, October 20th, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily at the Central Bank box office. Your Dolly Fowl to Watch Corn has been mashing up audiences.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Looking for big savings and a better shopping experience? Come on down to Food Shoppers Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, in the J Chai Trading Compound. 10% off meats every Wednesday, 30% off fresh produce every Sunday and Monday. Plus, buy one, get one deals on select items. Shop in comfort, wide aisles, cool and clean store, and spacious parking. Food Shoppers Supermarket, big on savings, big on comfort.
Welcome back. Waste is leaking into Mount Irving Beach in Tobago, leading to concerns about public health and safety. This after a video showed contaminated water flowing from 2 damaged waste systems.
One leak is coming from an underground sewer catchment and the other from a grease trap next to the public washroom at the beach. When CNC3 News visited yesterday, a strong smell was coming from the area and a waste truck was actively suctioning waste water from the system. However, there were no warning signs and people continued to bathe just meters away. One resident who previously raised an alarm said the catchment has been leaking into the sea for the past 3 weeks. He's calling on the THA to install a new sewer system and prevent waste from reaching the sea.
Worse yet, the sewage system, which is behind us, has leaks in the bottom because it's a metal system, so you do have raw effluent flowing into the sea from time to time. It does get fixed, but unfortunately it's a metal system, so these are just band-aids where they need a whole new system put in there. I'm told it's about $1 million TT to put one in.
Well, Kenny said this is not the first sewage leak at Mount Irving and warns that people have fallen ill in the past after swimming in contaminated water. He claims the sewer system has been failing for years and needs to be replaced. Meanwhile, former TRHA chairman Dr. Denise Sawyer-Fat Angus warns that the situation poses a public health risk.
It is really about being upfront about it and managing the situation as best as you could to make sure you minimize the impact on the public. And that is what I would recommend that they ought to be doing right now. In fact, perhaps an advisory should have gone out that the beach is closed until further notice.
One beachgoer from Trinidad told CNC3 News she felt uneasy about the smell but continued swimming because no health warning was issued. Health Secretary Dr. Faith Brebner says she's looking into the matter.
All right, right, we'll stay in Tobago for the weather. Jean-Marc, Tobago Carnival about to begin. Events already happening.
Yes, that's correct. But there were some heavier showers earlier today, particularly during the late morning and then again in the afternoon over Tobago. And that's expected to increase during the course of the week heading into the weekend, unfortunately. But today there was also a fallen tree around the Queen's Park Savannah, and that blocked all 3 lanes. The fallen tree was between Marley Street and Casual's Corner, as the older folks will know. It caused gridlock in the surrounding areas. Now, the fire service was quickly on scene to clear the roadway, followed by TN-Tech, who tended to the damaged utility pole afterwards. After the road was reopened, traffic continued until around 6:30 p.m., lingering a bit in Newtown and Woodbrook. Now onto the satellite, nothing significant to our immediate east, but farther away we have 2 tropical waves, with number 43 seemingly catching up to number 42, and they are expected to merge into one, but still expected to weaken as it makes its way across the Atlantic. Now over to our west in the Caribbean Sea, tropical storm Melissa is still crawling along, but there's still a lot of uncertainty in its forecast track, according to the National Hurricane Center, and that's due to its slow movement and shifting structure. As conditions become more optimal over the weekend, Melissa may rapidly intensify into a Category 4 hurricane with winds of 230 kilometers per hour near Jamaica this weekend or early next week. Now, the Director General of Jamaica's Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, said that all systems and personnel are fully activated as Melissa nears the island. Now, Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic are all at risk of significant rainfall with totals over 12 inches, as well as devastating winds, storm surge, and landslides. Now, back in the Eastern Caribbean, we can see some of those shallower clouds off to our east on the satellite, and those will give us the occasional showers over the next few days. So tonight's forecast, mostly fair conditions with isolated showers favoring Tobago and eastern areas of Trinidad, overnight lows of 24 in Trinidad and 26 in Tobago. Tomorrow we can expect an increase in the chance of rainfall with brisk showers scattered throughout the day and the odd heavy shower during the afternoon. Now remember, these heavier showers can be accompanied by gusts as well. Now the continuing breezy conditions will also make for a milder day, but still warm with a high of 32 degrees Celsius. Sea conditions, not much change. Waves are still up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. Winds are expected out of the east-southeast at 15 knots, at times gusting near those showers. Now looking ahead, still seems to be a rainy weekend, not as intense as last weekend, but still not great news for those in Tobago for the Carnival, even though the odd thunderstorm will tend to favor Trinidad. A few showers are expected to linger into Monday, but then sunny and breezy conditions on Tuesday. So Carnival coming just a bit early in terms of the weather forecast for Tobago.
We might think rain in Tobago for Carnival might be a bad thing, but if you're going to a wet fete, it works out really good for you.
Exactly, they'll save on water costs as well.
That's right. Thank you so much, Jean-Marc. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Folks, take a look at all these medical conditions. What does it have in common? This, ITIS. But what does ITIS really mean?
The suffix itis denotes inflammation of a specified organ or tissue.
ITIS really means inflammation. How do we combat chronic inflammation? Through lifestyle changes. Then, and only then, make sure you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids.
Always consult a qualified medical professional before starting any supplements.
Judicial Limited, the Caribbean's largest manufacturers of plain and printed paper bags, leaders in plastic bags, vermicelli, split piece powder, and greaseproof paper, ideal for doubles, french fries, and sandwiches. Supplying stores nationwide. For quality products, trust Judicial Limited, 665-3336.
Growing your food business begins here at Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center. The turnaround is fast, from container to cold storage to pickup trucks. And when we deliver, product integrity is maintained with our highly respected vehicle-powered chilling systems. So come on down to Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center, where a whole new experience awaits.
Your immune system is your first line of defense. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is enriched with zinc, ensuring that your body stays resilient. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
Ho, 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 ho. Start the season sweet with Jimmy Abood's annual Christmas and October sale. Get up to 60% off on curtains, sheet sets, floor mats, upholstery fabric, and more. Shop now at the last big sale of the year.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once, but to come back twice. Wholesale retail, everything for you. A real much you wanna shop for go view. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. Food Basket.
Marketplace Champlain, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Feeling off balance? Your body might be missing AMPK. It's your natural reset, regulating how your body stores fat and processes sugar. Berberine Plus activates AMPK, helping your cells use energy better, reduce fat, and keep sugar levels in check. Berberine Plus, now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Twenty-one-year-old Dinesh Gadraj was a top student who dreamed of working offshore and building a future for his family.
But that dream now hangs by a thread. Gadraj suffered with an aggressive form of blood cancer, and his family is fighting to save his life.
They need over $165,000 for life-saving surgery. His family talked to Radhika De Silva and Ivan Tulsi for this story.
For Dinesh Gadraj, life was just beginning. He'd aced his exams and was ready to study drilling technology when he developed a strange fever that led to a bone marrow biopsy and a diagnosis that would upend his life.
We do the bone marrow biopsy. And then when we did the bone marrow biopsy, he came back and he told us, hey, you have leukemia.
Treatment started immediately, but he has not recovered. Once full of energy, he is now weak, pale, and spends most of his days confined to a hospital bed. Doctors say his only chance for survival is a stem cell transplant at Apollo Hospital in India. It's a procedure that costs more than 1.1 million Trinidad and Tobago dollars. His mother, Guyana Gadraj, says now every day feels like a race against the time.
Because of his condition and his situation, it worsened. We see here doctors trying their best, but it's not working out.
His father, Steve, a humble truck driver, says watching his eldest son fade before his eyes has been unbearable.
You know, I read a lot, very educated. And to see this happen to him now is hard as a parent, as a father.
And his younger brother, Damien, once the one Dinesh teased and protected, has now become one of his helpers.
That has helped him out plenty. A lot. It's really heartbreaking to see how he is right now.
To help Dinesh get life-saving surgery, you can donate to his GoFundMe, share the link, or call the numbers on your screen. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
All right, let's hand you over now to Jassy Marek for a look at sport. Jassy?
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up after the break. The Defense Force is on the wrong end of a sound semi-final whipping in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. And the NBA is rocked as two active personalities are arrested and charged in illegal gambling raids. Stick around. We'll have details after the break.
Food Basket. Food Basket, nation's #1 supermarket. Bakery, restaurant, meat market, fresh produce and everything fantastic. For everyday low price, things real nice. Come in once.
restaurant, meat market, fresh producers, everything fantastic. Food basket, hypermarket, Arima, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Growing your food business begins here at Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center. The turnaround is fast, from container to cold storage to pickup trucks. And when we deliver, product integrity is maintained with our highly respected vehicle-powered chilling systems. So come on down to Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center, where a whole new experience awaits.
Whether you're an athlete, a business professional, or simply someone who values their health, Omega XL can empower you to keep doing what you love. Don't let joint discomfort hold you back.
Live long, stay strong with the XL brand.
Muscle Russell.
Presenting the most modern pharmaceutical facility in the country. Food Basket Hyperfarm Pharmacy Food Basket Complex, Arima. We stock the widest range of health and beauty products, baby supplies, stationery, fragrances, and cosmetics. Our organic, sugar, and gluten-free products cater to vegans and the health conscious. A wide assortment of dispensary medication and over-the-counter items at the most affordable prices. Make Hyperfarm Pharmacy your choice. Located on the compound of Food Basket Complex, Arima.
Welcome back. Bangladesh beat the West Indies by 179 runs today in Mirpur to win the ODI series 2-1. That run margin represents the home team's second largest in ODIs. Ian Wason has more.
After winning the toss, Bangladesh openers Soumya Sarkar and Saif Hassan exploded out of the gates, treating the 50-over version as if it was a T20. The pair plundered their runs from the West Indies spinners. They stayed together in an opening stand of 176 before loss of the first wicket, Hassan for 80 from the bowling of Ruston Chase. The visitors didn't wait long for another wicket, Sarkar gone for 91 and disappointed not to reach triple digits. Tourid Ridoy and Najmul Hussain Santu then took the score from 180 for 2 and added 51 runs before Alec Athanaze got rid of Hidroy for 28, 232 for 3. Athanaze then took a stupendous catch off his own bowling, covering ground to dismiss Shantu with a diving catch. It allowed the West Indies bowlers to wrestle some control. Akil Hussain grabbed 3 wickets in 1 over to end with 4 for 41. But Bangladesh still posted 296 for 8 from their 50 overs. In search of 297 to win, Athanaze made 15 before he was trapped in front, 16 for 1. The visitors were plunged to 35 for 3 after the wickets of Akim Ogist and Brandon King. It got worse from there as Shea Hope was gone for 4. The men in maroon never recovered and found themselves at 97 for 9 in no time. Hussein's late top score of 27 edged them past 100, but they were all out for 117. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Well, speaking after the match, West Indies head coach Darren Sammy refused to blame the difficult pitch conditions for the series defeat.
No matter what conditions you face, yes, the wicket was new to us. We've never seen anything like it, but it's not like one team bats on one wicket and then the other team goes and bats on a different wicket. We all had to play on it, and that's where the skills and the mindset and the temperament comes out. Bangladesh was better than us in all 3 disciplines.
Frank assessment there. The teams will now shift focus to the T20 leg of the series, which begins on Monday. Carrie Pear has been added to the West Indies team as Shamar Joseph and Jediah Blades have both been ruled out with injury. Nicholas Paul bowed out in the semi-finals of the men's keirin at the UCI Track Cycling World Championships today in Santiago, Chile. Paul was an automatic qualifier through the first 2 rounds, winning his first round heat and placing second in the quarterfinals to earn a spot on the line in the semis. He hung about in the pack for most of the race and was hovering at around 3rd spot when the sprint broke, but he was pushed wide on the final bend and finished 5th when only the top 3 advanced to the final. Earlier today, Paul's countryman, Jason Phillip, placed 5th in his first round heat and 3rd in the repechage and did not advance any further. Macairo Wallace, meanwhile, claimed 28th and the final spot in the individual sprint qualifying round, clocking 11.060 seconds. But she lost her next matchup in the second round against Japan's Mina Sato. Defence Force head coach Devon Josling says his team's semi-final first leg defeat to Mount Pleasant FA of Jamaica looked like a case of boys versus men. He concedes, though, then that they will now have to focus on the 3rd place playoff in this competition. An appearance in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup semi-finals marked improvement on the Defence Force's previous 2 runs, both halted at the group stage. But a visit by Mount Pleasant FA from Jamaica was no easy assignment. In fact, Mount Pleasant made themselves right at home at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, moving the ball neatly into Warner Brown, who applied the finish. An on-field offside call interrupted celebrations, but replays gave the green light, 1-0 to Mount Pleasant in the 5th. 3 minutes later, the same player found space behind enemy lines again to beat Christopher Biggett once more. But offside was the correct decision this time. That disappointment didn't last, and in the 15th, Raheem Edwards scored the first of a double, outpacing Sheldon Bateau and prodding it past Biggett. The best chance for the Soldiers fell to their captain, Kevin Molino, but he was not his usually clinical self. Second half now, Mount Pleasant on the hunt for comfort, which eventually arrived courtesy Edwards in the 57th. A deadly finish at the end of a training ground sequence, Mount Pleasant cruising at 3-0 away from home. The Defence Force tried to peg their visitors back before things got out of hand, but a 4th goal was always on the cards for Mount Pleasant, and Shaquille Bradford delivered it in the 85th. There was still enough time to add a 5th item, Kimoni Bailey capping Mount Pleasant's 5-star performance on the road, and by the time the Army's lone item arrived via Kahim Thomas, it was certainly too late. Final score, Mount Pleasant 5, Defence Force 1. The second leg will be played next Wednesday in Jamaica. Some more football news. Naparima College's first blunder of the season has allowed the chasing schools to close the gap in the SSFL's boys Premiership division. Among those gaining ground was St. Anthony's College with a hard-fought win over San Juan North yesterday. Persistent Wednesday showers in Trinidad's west made for conditions neither side were comfortable in, but St. Anthony's College and San Juan North got on with it anyway. The home side, attacking the slightly drier end, sought to place San Juan onto the back foot. A goal was soon to follow. Made by Adel Abdul Hakim on the right, Jean-Marc Thomas still had work to do while being closely attended. 1-0 to St. Anthony's. Against that deficit and sloppy conditions, San Juan gave it a go, trying to equalize, but had to wait until the second half to do so. And it was well worth that wait. Jaheim Danclair beat Sylvan Theophilus to the ball over, making it 1-1. But the boys from Brook Malatris were brought back down to earth moments later when a badly misjudged corner fell to Adriel Forey. And he sealed a 2-1 win for the West Moorings Tigers, which gives them momentum after a series of postponements earlier in the season.
We start off, with games in hand, right? And we are now picking up, and I think St. Anthony will have a fantastic season.
With his team closer to the bottom end of the table, San Juan head coach Jerry Moe is left playing catch-up.
Well, it's my job to get the players correct, I think we have enough to stay up, but it's just to get about 2-3 more victories on the trot, and hopefully that should be enough points for us.
Around the league, Fatima hit Arima North for 6 with a Philip Mason hat-trick. St. Benedict's doubled that tally against Caribbean East, led by Josiah Ochoa's 5. Trinity Mocha's Jaden Samuel scored 3 in their win over St. Augustine, and QRC saved a point against Malik. Josiah Bain was the difference maker in Wednesday's San Fernando derby, where Presentation College blemished Naparima's previous 100% record and allowed the gaps at the top of the table to be closed. Fatima comes to within 2 points of the leaders, Benedict's to within 3, while Prez and St. Anthony's make up the top 5. San Juan North slipped into the bottom 3, but are above Scarborough and Karapi Chima. TNT swimmer Dylan Carter missed out on a lane in the final of the men's 50-meter freestyle event today when the 2025 World Aquatics Swimming World Cup made its third stop in Toronto, Canada. Carter could only place fourth in his preliminary heat in 21.36 seconds, and he was ninth fastest overall in that round. In our international roundup tonight, Billups and Rozier land in big trouble. Head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier were the two high-profile figures among more than 30 persons arrested on Thursday in relation to two gambling operations. Authorities said the two sprawling operations leaked inside information about NBA athletes and rigged poker games backed by mafia families. Billups was charged with fixing high-stakes card games tied to La Cosa Nostra organized crime families, while Rozier was accused in a separate scheme of exploiting private information about players to win bets on NBA games. Both face money laundering and wire fraud conspiracy charges, while former NBA assistant coach and player Damon James is also accused of participating in both schemes. Centuries from Smriti Mandana and Pratika Rawal in a 212-run opening stand led India to a 53-run DLS win over New Zealand today at the ICC Women's World Cup and booked a place in the semi-finals. Mandana's 109 from 95 balls had 10 fours and 4 sixes, while Rawal's 122 from 134 deliveries contained 13 fours and 2 sixes. India posted their best ever World Cup total, 340 for 3 from 49 overs, which was then adjusted to 325 from 44 overs for New Zealand's chase after more than 2 hours of the match were lost to rain. Brooke Halliday's 81 ball 84 could not provide the spark needed, and New Zealand finished at 271 for 8. And for tonight's Sport High, something to smile about from today's Mirpur disaster. They say if you want something done well, then do it yourself. And with a handful of catches already floored by teammate, Alec Athanaze didn't leave this one to chance and tracked it down himself. Running backward to the edge of the infield and diving full stretch for a stunner off his own bowling, Athanaze gets tonight's Sport High. Think you can do it?
Of course. All right, thank you so much, Jassy. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Looking for big savings and a better shopping experience? Come on down to Food Shoppers Supermarket, 121 Eastern Main Road, Arima, in the J Chai Trading Compound. 10% off meats every Wednesday, 30% off fresh produce every Sunday and Monday. Plus, buy one, get one deals on select items. Shop in comfort, wide aisles, cool and clean store, and spacious parking. Food Shoppers Supermarket, big on savings, big on comfort.
Do you know that Neo Eyewear was the first to offer the Ray-Ban Meta glasses in Trinidad?
And yes, they are genuine and authentic with different colors and sizes to match your style. With these glasses, you can listen to music, take calls hands-free, pictures, and even videos.
And yes, they offer a free eye test.
And back to school sale, frames, lens for $200. You heard me right, $200 for frames, lens, eye test, everything. So what are you waiting for? See your way with Neo Eyewear.
Would you recommend this product to younger people? Age doesn't really matter. So I think if I was 17, 18 and I get introduced to these products, I would maybe be Superman. So
more Superman?
More Superman.
Absolutely outstanding.
Growing your food business begins here at Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center. The turnaround is fast, from container to cold storage to pickup trucks. And when we deliver, product integrity is maintained with our highly respected vehicle-powered chilling systems. So come on down to Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center, where a whole new experience awaits.
Let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve. Big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Growing your food business begins here at Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center. The turnaround is fast, from container to cold storage to pickup trucks. And when we deliver, product integrity is maintained with our highly respected vehicle-powered chilling systems. So come on down to Southern Food Basket Wholesale Distribution Center, where a whole new experience awaits.
More than 2 decades after Ras Shorty's death, the legacy of his music is now greater than ever, with it now being performed all over the world.
This past weekend, his family held a tribute concert to remember his passing 25 years later and invited CNC3 News.
Calypso, Calypso, Calypso music.
Dozens of people from all over the country didn't allow the state of these roads to stop them from attending a tribute to the life of Garfield Blackman, Ras Shorty I. It's been 25 years since his passing, and his family held the gathering at the Blackman Ranch in Piparo this past weekend. But it's also been 50 years since Ras Shorty I released the world's first soca album in 1975, titled Love in the Caribbean. The afternoon was filled with everything Ras Shorty loved and tirelessly promoted.
All them politicians today, they just full of smoke. Oh, only making foolish mistakes and calling a joke.
Among the crowd, teenagers who weren't even born when Ras Shorty I died. Their parents ensure they know of his legacy.
His music means to me is like a way of talking about the problems in our country, as well as expressing your opinion and self, and it really is a lot to me.
When listening to the lyrics, and since he brought about soca, it made me felt a bit warm.
God gives to man.
The impact of his music has crossed cultures and borders.
My son and my daughters, to you I plead. That song is half of the Bible. Sermons upon sermons you can get from that, and it would have impacted on so many.
Ras Shorty's son, Isaac Blackman, has created a name for himself in the industry. I asked him what his father would think of soca music today.
You know, he will always have an issue with the content of the music because he wants to encourage people to use the power of the mic and influence to do something, you know, to uplift our nation. That's what he created for. He created the music to bring Trinidad and Tobago together, but to uplift the society.
Watch out, my children. Yeah, 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 yeah.
His daughter says, even in death, Ras Shorty has lessons to teach this country.
This whole divide of the races is nonsense. Because that's what he made soca for, to bring the majority races in this country together.
The Hummingbird Medal Gold is today awarded to Mr. Garfield Blackman, Ras Shorty I.
This year, Ras Shorty I was awarded the Hummingbird Medal Gold posthumously. 25 years after his death, Ras Shorty I's music does not only live on, but continues to be a guiding light for the world.
Calypso, Calypso, Calypso.
But he's definitely an icon, an unforgettable one.
Oh, for sure.
All right. As we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates, and exclusive content. And don't forget to pick up a copy of the TNT Guardian newspaper.
We've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news on CNC3. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maria Rambley.
Brian Beach.
I am Jassy Marie.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rampasad. Have a good night.